Well, hello, yes, it's the old Git here again. A big smile on my face today, but I'm not smiling because I am really angry. And when the old gets angry, he gets a bit creative sometimes. And look, I'm sitting in the square as usual, but I can come out and get you if I want. So be careful. Right. What I want to talk about today is what's happening in the country. You know, what's going on. Yes. How much is it costing you, the taxpayer, to give away your country? That's what I was looking at, and I thought I'd look up some government figures and things and find out and who's actually responsible for all this. Now, there's one report that I found was an overview of the Home Office structured spending over the year, and I thought, okay, let's start off with this. And what I thought is, we'd first off look at uh, the kind of spending on migrants that the Home Office supposedly is spending. So I've just put this little chart. Is that little chart? Yeah. Why is it always back to front? Or is it me? I'm back to front. Anyway, that little chart there. I want to go through it with you. And whilst you're there, get a pen and paper, because this will interest you how much money you are paying to give away your country, give away your culture, give away everything that's British to some friendly people, shall we say. So start off like this, shall we? Now, we're looking at, and these are from 2023 to 24, and border enforcement, this is departments of the Home Office, yeah? And it says here, first of all, border enforcement. Now, their expenditure was 1.9 billion. Their income, I don't know where they got their income from, because they're supposed to be, well, I don't know, but their income is 0.6 or 0.06 of a billion. So there's one figure straight away. They're in the red. That's why it's red. And customer service of visas and passports. Well, they made 5 billion giving out visas and making passports, probably for all those who shouldn't really have them. And they made 5 billion. That's good because their expenditure was only 1.6 billion. So they made a profit. The Migration and Border Group. Now, I don't know what they actually do, but they actually got income of 0.002 of a billion, and the cost was 0.4 of a billion. So there you go, loss. So in total, in this little bit here, in the Home Office, in the administration side of things, they had an income of 5.062 billion, but they spent 9.3 billion. Oh, so there you go. Let's get a piece of paper, shall we? Because I'm going to write it down, because I haven't done this. So basically, let's round it off and say they lost 4 billion. So there you go, lost 4 bill. That's 4 billion, right? So that's just in the administrative side. But there's more to it than that. Okay, there's much more to it than that. So I think we'll move on to the next one quickly, because I think I have a lot to do. And I've showed you that, I've explained that to you. Yes, customer service, I'll give you all the right figures there. Yes, I'm just checking on my little thing here to see that I've done it right. So you can see straight away with the very, very first category we're in, the chart says that we're already losing money. In fact, 4 billion. So let's move on now. This is a good one, to the cost. Yes, the cost of housing migrants. Yes, so we see. So let's have another little chart. Let's get rid of that one, shall we? And we'll have this chart. The cost. Here we go. The cost of, it's bugging me now. Something up in the corner has gone white. But no, we'll leave it. You can still see my face, can't you? The cost to house migrants per person. Now, Again, these are figures that, there's all sorts of conflicting figures if you go on the government website. I think you're just trying to confuse them. But these seem pretty average. The research was done on October the 24th in 2024, I think. No, 2023. And this is the closest I get. But these are quite up to date, I think, because in the 24th, the 2023 to 2024, there is some figures at the bottom which you'll have a look at. But it says it's said that from the early days, from 2023 to 2019, sorry, to 2024, the cost of housing supporting an asylum seeker has risen from 17,000 per person to 41,000 per person. Well, that's a big hit, isn't it? Sticking them all in hotels and giving them what they want. And it's all to do with the primary cost of the hotels, and they're going up because overall, a think tank has added that the overall cost of the asylum system has risen from 739 million to an expected 4.7 billion over the same time frame, which is 2025. So 4.7 billion. That's just a loss, isn't it? So we'll put down housing here, 4.7 billion for housing. Are you following me now? I hope you are. So there we go. It's already costing us 8.7 billion of your money, taxpayers' money, just to administrate or administer. Administrator. Well, we'll go with that. These invaders that are coming in to your country. Now, it doesn't stop there, you see. Everybody thinks, oh, well, that's what it costs to house them, and well, that's it now. There's no more costs. Yes, there is. There's loads more costs, even ones that I couldn't find, but I'm not going to go into them because I think what I'm going to show you today is enough to convince you that we're giving a country away and we're actually paying to give away your country. Now, let's have a look at some legal costs, shall we? Legal aid, that's what they get. I'm not going to refer to my little thing here, which I look at. The average of just, where is it? The average of legal aid that's going to of taxpayers' money. This is your money again going to asylum seekers is 35 million. So 35 million, what's that? Is it 0.3 of a billion, something like that? Anyway, we'll just put in millions. We'll put 0.3, 35 million of your best British pounds on legal fees for migrants, things like appeals to stay and all the rest of it, whether they've been refused. And again, all taxpayers' money. Great, isn't it? All right, let's move on, and because I've got a lot to get through and I don't want to make it too long and too boring. Let's look at what the cost is to the NHS. Now, this was very difficult to find any real figures that meant something. So, but in December the 8th, 2023, the most recent and reputable survey done, apparently, the estimated, let's put this in, cost to NHS, yes. The estimated cost of migrants using the NHS service is 1.4 billion. So forget the 37 million, whatever it is, that they're spending on legal things. We'll just factor that in later on. So now we're up to 8, 9, about 10 bill. Doesn't sound much when you say it. 10 billion already of taxpayers' money. And to add insult to it all is would you believe that councils are already spending your taxpayers' money? I keep saying because it's your money on PlayStations for silence. PlayStations for what is this? Hotel room, fully heated, free food, money in your pocket. Do what you like, and they buy your PlayStation. But not only PlayStations. Oh no, no. What else? You know, the toys for the boys. Toys for the boys. They come over on their little boat and look, and all of a sudden, the Daily Telegraph revealed that local authorities have spent 141 million of your finest British pounds on services for migrants such as yoga, circus skills. Who's having a laugh? All on the money that you've worked hard for, all on the money that they've taken off the pensioners to freeze them to death so they don't live longer, all of the money for higher council tax, another £100 and up to £400 more a month, all the money taxing on your roads, everything's taxed. I think they even tax you when you die in the UK. I think we do. Anyway, but they're giving them lessons as yoga lessons, circus skills, and classes of various types, plus DJ lessons. DJ lessons. I thought you come here to work. I thought you come to better your life. You did come to better your life. You come to live on the freedom and the goodwill of the English people, haven't you? But that's not all. What I want to really get into is, let me move it down a bit so we can see what we're doing here. So we've been, we've been welcoming all these future doctors, engineers, professionals, and high-level people that are coming into the country to help us out because we need them. And what do they bring with them? This is the thing. What do they bring? Honesty? Think they bring honesty? Maybe they do. I don't know. Let's sort of have a look. How do they get more money out of you? More money is being spent on people who are exposed and have been exposed. Let's have a look. Do they bring honesty to this country? Shall we see?
It's about time. The Daily Mail has revealed fake asylum seekers are conning their way into Britain by pretending to be Eritrean, bro. I've been saying this, we've all been saying this for a minute now. So according to the Daily Mail, the Home Office are being lied to. They're being scammed, bro. Scammed into receiving asylum by pretending to be Eritrean. And according to this investigation, most of these people who are claiming to be Eritrean are from the neighboring country of Ethiopia. The Mail Online discovered a network of thousands sharing huge swaths of training material. They're training people to pretend to be Eritrean. This is ridiculous. Despite being a country of just 3.6 million, Eritreans have made up the fourth largest group of asylum seekers in the UK in the last 3 years, bro. 3 years. The maths is not mathing, people, bro. 68 million people in the UK. How does that make sense, bro? How does that make sense? So how did they catch these Ethiopians? Did they do an elaborate investigation? Did they send in secret operatives, squad, CIA? Did they send? No, they didn't do none of that. They literally went on this guy's TikTok page because he was bragging about how he pretended to be Eritrean to get into this country. You literally can't make this stuff up. His name is Mikhail Abra. He's an Uber driver in London. He's racked up tens of thousands of views on TikTok where he brags how he was given asylum in the UK by pretending to be Eritrean, bro. And he's even teaching people how to do it. The Home Office has said it's now launched an investigation into Abra after the MOS submitted evidence of his claims. This is a very good day. What I've been saying has finally come into light, bro. And I'm so happy that it's getting the recognition it deserves. All these guys that were protesting, saying stop the war in Tigray and all that stuff. All these guys right here, they all came to the UK pretending to be Eritreans to get into the country. They were hating on Eritrea. They was lying on Eritrea's name. It's so beautiful. It's poetic justice at its finest. Poetic justice indeed. This is Baba Shukor for EDC News. Follow for the truth.
Baba Shika, well done, lad. He's exposing again other frauds, millions of pounds. And do they bring safety and goodwill to our streets? Are they honest people? I don't think so. Okay. So, are they law-abiding people? Are they going to bring knives? Are our streets and towns going to be um, crime-free, and we're going to be happy and things are going to be great? Or are they bringing something else with them? Well, I think they're not bringing anything except badness for the majority, not the minority. There's a great rise in what I'm going to show you, these kind of attacks all across the country.
Khalid, who also attacked his housemate, was given a minimum term of almost 45 years. A Moroccan asylum seeker has been jailed for life after stabbing a pensioner to death in revenge for the Israel-Hamas conflict. He must serve at least 40 for years. Ahmed Alad, 45, stabbed Terence Carney, 70, 6 times in Hartlepool town centre early on the 15th of October, 8 days after Hamas attacked Israel. Minutes earlier he attempted to murder his housemate, Christian convert and former bodybuilder Javed Nouri, by breaking into his bedroom and hacking at him while he slept. Prosecutors at Teesside Crown Court said it was not a frenzied attack, but a deliberate attempt to target Carney's body repeatedly before he walked off, leaving his victim for dead. Alad admitted Carney was innocent, justifying the attack by saying that Britain had created the Zionist entity of Israel and should make them leave, adding, "They killed children and I killed an old man." Thanks for watching.
Right. It says there, thanks for watching. And the reason I put that one on is because that one's from way back in October the 7th. It's all been dealt with. He's gone to prison and the rest of it. But this is what we're importing. They hate the British pop. They hate us. And I think a lot of them only come to see what they can get from us. And I think it's part of the great takeover. Again, you're paying these people to come to your country to take over you and your country. I mean, epidemic of knife crime has reached sort of an epidemic proportion. It's every day young kids are stabbing each other, knives on the streets. It's not safe to walk down. There's rapes, and they use rape as an intimidation. They do, really. And, you know, not only do they do that, I mean, there's a rise in the sort of Pakistani grooming gangs who are grooming mostly underage girls for sex. Now, there's a, you know, I put this up because it's not just in the UK. If you look, it's across the world. There's a particular group here now we're talking about who come over and to live in your country, but they don't live peacefully. And the problems that are being had are not just by us. If you look there, you've got Greece, Germany, Netherlands, Italy, Paris, USA, Sweden, Hungary, Bulgaria, Spain, Belgium, Denmark, Serbia, Australia. They've all got this problem. And I don't care what you say, majority of the people who are committing this type of crime, who are trying to take over the streets of your town, are from a particular religion. I'm not saying all of them. I mean, there's these, like I say, there's from other places as well, or other religions. But the ones who are coming outwards and saying things like, you can, you know, we're going to take you over. On my last video that I think you see, I put on there these preachers saying, we're going to take over your country, we're going to take over you. You can pay jizya, that means you can pay us and you'll stay alive, or you can convert to Islam, or we'll kill you. And yet they keep coming, and the government and you, the taxpayer, keep paying for them. So think on. I want to show you what I mean by they come over here and they start flexing their muscle. Now they're getting more bold. They go out on the streets, masked up, intimidating, and shouting for their God and what they're going to do to us. Just an example again to set the scene. just to show you that's what they sort of get up to when they go out. I think they're Saturday afternoon out. Anyway, we've already established what this new wave of people who are coming into the UK and into Europe are doing to the country and how they're spending your money. But let's now, and you know, I don't know if anybody's done this before, but let's look at the people who are established, who've been here for a long time, and have brought the UK. They brought to the UK where we look at those who come from the same continent, but different religion. Okay, so if we look at the people that came from Asia, from that continent, who've got a kind of intertwined culture together, but they have different religions. And I'm talking about first Sikhs, Hindus, Muslims. What did they bring to this country? And what are they doing in this country? So let's, first of all, where are we? We want to get the right one. I always do this, don't I? Always get it on. Yes, here we go. Let's look at Sikhs, yes? There they are, the modern Sikhs, and a fine group of lads they look as well. So what did they bring and what do they do and how do they assimilate into British society? Well, they follow their religion. They do integrate into society. Some intermarry, not a problem. They like a drink, and I can vouch for that. They like a drink, they love a party. And I tell you, if you've ever been to a Sikh wedding, it's a buzz, man. It's brilliant. Most men are employed, and they can be high earners. And Sikh women out of these three groups that I'm talking about are the highest employment rates amongst all three groups, approximately 92%. And Sikhs form, I think that should have been 82%, but we'll give them 90% because they're the top performers anyway, form one of the most highly educated groups, with about 58% of them having a degree. Equivalent unemployment among Sikhs is almost half of the general UK jobless rate. So I can't see anything wrong with them, lads. They've come, they keep their religion. I know from experience, I've worked with Sikhs most of my life, and I tell you this, I've been to the Gurdwaras. I think if you're hungry and you need something to eat, there's a Gurdwara near, they'll feed you. Just respect them, and they're nice, but they don't come out and start forcing their demands on you. I know that the Sikhs have been asking for their own state in India for many years. They want, they want their own state. But they don't go around cutting people's heads off in the West, or, demonstrating on the streets of London, or doing all the bad things that we see now. They get on with it, and then I think eventually they will probably negotiate. So that's Sikhs, okay? They're from the same place as Hindus and Muslims. They come from the same continent, and that's what they do. And I'm not in favour. I'm doing this as I've researched and what I've found. So good on you, lads. Nice suit. Although the one from the second one in there with the funny stripy one, he could have done better. Right. All right. So we'll move on. We'll move on. Now Hindus. Again, I don't want to repeat myself too much, but they're similar, very similar. They do all the same things that Sikhs do, just have a different religion. You'll find that they get on in society. Fewer women are employed there. About 70% of the women go out and work. And the men, around about the same, 75% of them go out and they work and they maintain their status. They also, you'll find about 16% of Sikhs in Britain are self-employed. Sorry, of Hindus are self-employed. 60% are self-employed. And I say women are about 58, 60% of women are employed as well. But the difference comes, let me just go through this because I wanted to show you this graphic too, so we don't lose. So there you go. They intermarry. Hindus intermarry. I can't see any problems there, can you? That's a Hindu wedding. They look very happy, and they get on exactly like Sikh people. The only difference between Sikhs and Hindus is their religion, and I'm sure that they drink together in the pub at night. They don't go out trying to kill each other anyway. And I've never heard of it. Have you? If you have, let me know. Get in touch. bestbeforetv at gmail.com or bestbeforet on X, and send me a message. Right. But I'm not going to use a graphic like this for Muslims, because really this is where it all starts to fall apart. Now, there's many, let me first of all set the scene. There's many good Muslims, many. Gonna be, but I always use the same names, but but there's many good, normal, working class Muslims who go out to work, they look after their family, and they came. These are people who established. They came in the late 50s and 60s, and they made a life. These people then were followed by the radicals, the people that run the mosques. And they put the fear of God into this population, because a lot of the people who came to make a life here were not stupid. They came to the right place, but they didn't have the language skills here, so they kept within that. You can see why they kept within their own community, and so on. And they tried to get on in England, and they did, until they were infiltrated by these loony Islamic radical idiots, as I call them. Anyway, so I'm not referring to every Muslim I'm referring to now a lot of Muslims are affected by the infiltration of we need to take over this country. It's very wrong. But anyway, let's move on. So I'm not going to put on a graphic of a wedding or anything like that. I'm going to put on a graphic of what Muslims are doing to our country. So we'll go to here. Now, I don't know if you can read this, but let's go through it. The effect that Muslims are having on the UK and also on the rest of Europe. The British are passively succumbing to the Muslim invasion. Not the old invasion, the new invasion. They've already infiltrated places like London, Birmingham, Leeds, Blackburn, Sheffield, Oxford, Luton, Oldham, Rochdale. They all have Muslim mayors, or this might be a bit out of date, might not have, but they've all some, and also a lot of people who work in the councils are from the Islamic faith. Now, you can understand that there's only this 68 million people in the country and 4 million Muslims, that's all there is, just over, maybe a bit more, are claiming the limelight on the media, politically, getting special treatment, getting laws against blasphemy, against hurty words. I think you can't say anything about them. I don't see that for the other groups that I've just been speaking about. They just get on with their life. Whatever they do, they get on with their life. And according to this figures, that I've seen these, again, these are very varying figures because there's quite a few different examples of what I'm showing you here. But over 3,000 mosques. It's okay. And what I don't agree with, it says here 130 Muslim Sharia courts and 50 Muslim Sharia councils. Now, I think that number, although it might be right, I don't know, because I've seen lower figures, but why do Muslims have to have a different law than the one I follow in this country? Shouldn't be allowed. Muslim councils? No. There's also areas, now if I go to up in the North London, is it up, not North London, right up in the west, in Middlesex area, up that way, right, up Middlesex around that way, Wembley and all that. In London, there's lots of Indian people who live there, and I feel quite safe. You can go shopping there, and when they've got their festivals on, you go down and get loads of free food, and they're great. That's Hindus and Sikhs. They do have, I think the Hindus call it a Mela. Go there, they're really good fun. Lots of parties in the park. And it's very nice. But there, in other places across the UK, there's no-go areas if you're not a Muslim. And as I said, Muslim women, 78% don't work. And a lot of them, and not, I don't think these figures are quite right here, but a lot of Muslim women are on free housing and housing benefits because Muslim men can have 4 wives under their religion. They plot 2 or 3, and then they claim as single women, and then he goes around and collects the money and blah blah blah. So I'm told. Muslim men, only 63% don't work. That's the highest number of men also claiming housing benefits and are on benefits. Now, I don't understand this because if you go around, you see all the shops, the Asian shops. You see, and there is lots of other things that they seem to do, and they do. They've all got cars. They all buy their own house, but they all only 63% or 63% of them don't work. Are the benefits in the UK that good? No wonder they're coming. But, But again, circumstances be that not all Muslims are like that. There's some very good, hard-working Muslims. I know too, because I also work with Muslims. They know my views. They know I'm not pointing at them. I'm pointing at the ones who are here to take you over and to destroy your country whilst you pay for it. And Muslim families have 6 to 8 children. Now, I don't believe that because I've seen other figures, some NHS figures, that although the birth rate of the white Caucasian is dropped down to about 1.8, the Islamic birth rate is going down too, because obviously a lot of them don't want as many children or they don't need as many children to sustain their lifestyle anymore. And I think that's gone down to 2 point something. Still more than the white Caucasian, but 6 to 8. No. And Mr. Jenrick, yes, the politician, has just said that 416 schools are serving halal meat across the country. That's probably not what a lot of parents want their children eating. Not on religious reasons, I don't think. And the fact that they disagree with the way that they do halal slaughter, but I don't want to go there. But anyway, so all this, as I've just said, is basically destroying Britain and Europe. And as far as I can see now, it's going to the state where it won't be long before they have taken us over. And the government that we have is absolutely outrageous in the way that they are pandering towards them. They're neglecting the people that built this country. And a perfect example, because I think their constituency is houses a lot of Muslims in their constituency. She wants to keep it, and that's Angela Rayner, and she should keep quiet. But what's just been announced by her, for me, is the icing on the cake. Again, I don't hear them saying have the Sikh celebration day or the Hindu celebration day. But what they're going to have now, well, just watch this and tell me what you think. So let's go here.
Muslim Heritage Month is a great opportunity to recognise the immense contributions Muslims have made and continue to make to British society. I want to thank the Muslim Women's Network UK for leading on this important work. Muslims have been a part of Britain for centuries, from the early sailors and traders of Assam, Bengal, and Yemen to the growing port cities communities of East London, Liverpool, and South Shields in the early 20th century. In both world wars, thousands of brave volunteers from pre-partition India, the Middle East, and North Africa fought and died for Britain, for our freedom. After the Second World War, many former soldiers answered the call to help rebuild the nation. This month's theme, The Ties That Unite Us, captures it perfectly. Just as Muslims have contributed to our shared history, they will continue to shape our shared future, educating children, driving innovation, excelling in medicine, in law, sport, public service, media, the arts, while strengthening communities in the process. This month, let us celebrate our nation's diversity and champion the invaluable contributions of British Muslims to national life. I want to wish everyone observing Ramadan Mubarak during this holy month.
Well, that speaks for itself. Muslims helped shape the country? No. I think some Muslims did fight the Second World War, but you know what? Most of the soldiers that volunteered, Bengal was the word, Bengal, the Bengal Brigade, people like that. They were already not of the Muslim religion. And I'm not saying that some Muslims didn't fight for Britain or fight for freedom. They probably did. But to say this, and they say now that she wants them to educate our children, and yeah, of course they do. That's what they're doing. They're making them into, they're paving the way to take you over. That woman, who I think she's got two brain cells rubbing in her head, can't see what's happening to the UK. And that's basically what the stupid Labour, I'd say Labour government are doing. Oh, Keir Starmer's flying off and jetting off, promising the world that we haven't got enough soldiers to fill blooming Wembley Stadium. What's wrong with you? And he's going, we will give you 360 million a year, or billion or whatever it is, to Ukraine. What's happening to the UK when there's rubbish on the streets, rats as big as cats, violence, knife crime, potholes, everything that needs to be done for the UK, the population of the UK, is not being done. Globalists at work. You've got Ed Miliband running around trying to do this bloody global warming. It's crap. Modular nuclear reactors can't sort that out. Dot them around the country, and you've got generated clean energy by nuclear. Hydrogen. Did you know that in Africa, they've just opened a big plant to produce 15 tons a year of clean hydrogen? Did you know that you could convert your normal car to hydrogen? What is going on? Anyway, you're being sold down the river and you're very happy, putting your hand in your pocket and saying, hey, go on, take my money. Come on, stab me. Come on, rob me. Come on, rape my daughter. You might think I'm being radical. I'm not being radical. This, if somebody wants to say that it's wrong, then please do so. It's not wrong. Watch the news. Watch. Oh, and one more. I want to make an appeal for one person. And I'm not a follower of this. I don't know a lot about it. I do know this. I watched a video that Tommy Robinson made. Yes, I'll say his name. Tommy Robinson. He made. Or Stephen Lennox, is his name? Anyway, doesn't matter. I saw nothing in that video that could be of an insulting manner. It told things the way he saw them, and it can be revoked or not. It hasn't been. All the government did is send him to prison. Solitary confinement. It's absolutely disgusting. The man should be let out tomorrow. He's done nothing wrong. But the BBC collaborate with Hamas people in Palestine, make a sentimental video about what's happening there, and pay Hamas people to be in it. colluding with the enemy, a banned terrorist group. Who's going to prison for that? Nobody. Anyway, thank you very much, everybody. I'm going to see you soon if they don't arrest me first. But no, I'm not saying anything wrong. It's all there to be seen. If I've told a lie, please let me know. I haven't. So until the next time, well, stay safe, and hopefully I'll see you quite soon. Don't forget to watch my TV station. If you would like to watch old films and TV series, it's on there, and that's bestbeforetv.com. Or you can go to Rumble and watch it on Rumble if you want to. And you can watch all these videos on Rumble, or the videos you can watch on YouTube as well if you haven't seen them before. But what's the point to tell you? If you're listening to this, you've seen it. But never mind. I can be foolish when I want to be. There you go. You got me. You got all my contact stuff on you. Best Before TV. At Best Before T. That's the Twitter one, isn't it? Or X as it's now known. Anyway, it's all there. Till the next time, folks, stay safe and keep spending your money because Britain needs you.